sing a part. We know every card by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it. We'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it.
On with the show. This is it. Yeah, I'm John. This is Tracy. It's Real Town, and I'm salty.
Curmudgeon.
Don't get me started.
I'm a curmudgeon today.
What?
I'm Clint Eastwood.
Oh, we
Get off
can't
my
both
lawn.
be curmudgeons today.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I mean, we gotta. Oh boy.
I think I'm gonna get PJ's pancakes for dinner tonight.
Oh.
I got
really?
that to-go menu.
All right. All right.
I don't know if we're still doing our commercials, but for some reason I was craving like breakfasty stuff.
Right.
For dinner.
Huh.
Did we get a discount or something? Like a coupon or something? Look, they have like sandwiches.
Wait, like one of my customers? Can I get a discount, for bulk?
We
Well,
should.
How many is bulk? 2?
We do the commercial. Why wouldn't we get a discount?
Oh, they don't know that.
Chicken and waffles.
This is not like Perkins, where it's like a national chain and it's a franchisee. This is a local business, so we're helping PJ, so to speak, when we buy their stuff. PJ's Pancake House is not just for pancakes anymore. They
I want to see if they have your favorite pumpkins.
Tavern. They got a what?
I'm looking for pumpkins. I'm looking for your favorite pancakes. Pumpkin.
I'm like, what? No.
Your favorite pancakes.
Unless I'm painting a face on them or carving them out, I have no favorite pumpkin.
Yeah, you could put the favorite pancakes. The pancakes would be your pumpkin. That's your favorite pancake.
Absolutely not.
No?
No. Wrong.
Oh.
False. Incorrect.
So why are you so salty?
You know what?
We can't even talk about it.
I know. Suffice to say,
I can talk about it.
You can talk all you want, but to me, you know what? You do, and you have tasks, and you do your daily tasks, and you perform your daily task for which you get compensated for, and then it's here. I'll liken it to this, and pardon me if I've gone here before with this analogy. Okay.
Go ahead.
It's Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Okay. It's 1 o'clock, and you know what? We're going to go, let's just say it's you and me. We're going by Mom and Dad's for Thanksgiving dinner, and early, because we're going to have it at 1. We're going to have the Lions game on over on the thing, and we'll have Thanksgiving dinner at 1. Why at 1? Well, because your family invited us over for Thanksgiving dinner at 3:30. Probably going to eat at about 4 o'clock, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Have some more, all right? And then my good friend from college, who just lives over the way, he invited us over at like 6 o'clock because they're having actual dinner at dinner time on Thanksgiving, and I've blown them off for the last 3-4 years, so we're going to go. Have some more, okay? And then you've got a friend from school or from Boston who just moved into the area. Like, John, we got to go over to, Sally's house, and they're going to have dessert, cake, coffee, pie, and the whole bit at 8 o'clock. Have some. I don't want any more. I'm full. It's enough already.
Do you think people understand what you're talking about?
The analogy is you do a task
to
do your daily thing, to butter your bread, and you have your whole way of the tasks that need to be done. And you know what? We need you to incorporate this. No big deal. It's just a little thing. So go ahead, have some more. Okay. Oh, and we now need you. I don't know. 2 months later, could you also handle this, please, along with the regular.
Are they paying you more money to do all that stuff?
Well, that's kind of up to you, the sales professional. The more you get in, the more you get in. You see.
Nothing out.
Well, no. I mean, you do better, you get more. You get more business, you get more financial remuneration. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Another few weeks later. See this? Yeah, we need you to add this to this and this along with your...
This, and that.
I don't want to... I'm done. I'm full.
I'm done.
It's enough.
Let's ode to Andy in Italy. I'm done.
/ Ronnie the limo driver. I'm done.
I'm done.
Okay? He's going to come back to that. Oh, he's going to love that.
Poor Andy. Andy better just retire. Might as well.
I got to put 5 more years in. 5 more.
I know.
That's
His
it.
wife wants to retire, too. She told me that.
I know.
Vera. She said she wanted to retire when I spoke
I
to
do
her.
as well. I do too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't we all?
well,
What's left?
here's the thing, and I'm not being morbid, but I of course it's just Dad and me up at the house, and of course Jamie and Jack are out in Pennsylvania, but my obligation right now, and I'm honored to do it, is to be with my father. He's 90, and it's good that I'm here. Long story short, it's actually very good that I'm here, and that's going to come to an end one day. Okay, sooner rather than later, because again, 90. And
Well, you don't know. Betty White's going to be 97, so.
well, I mean, I've got an uncle's 97.
My
years
grandmother's going to be 97.
old. Right. But again, sooner meaning, okay, it's not going to be 30 years from now.
No.
Okay.
No.
Or 20 years or.
Will it be 30 years for any of us?
Well,
I mean, let's be honest.
I'll be 85.
Exactly.
Almost. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We
I mean,
don't know.
I could make it. I mean,
I hope so.
Holy fright, that's 90.
I hope you do make it.
I hope you make it.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I mean, we all want to make it.
Of course we do.
Shoot, we want to make it. I want to make it.
Making it.
Dun, 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 making it. Dun, dun, dun. I'm making it. I'm taking it.
Doo, 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 doo.
No more. Making it.
Got you. See?
Yeah,
But
I know that stuff.
but here's the thing. And again, I'm not being grim. I'm not inviting trouble. I'm not inviting anything of that ilk. But literally, moments after the inevitable happens, I am most likely going to be able, and the longer it goes, the more likely it is to be a slam dunk. I'm going to be, likely to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm out.
I'm done.
I've got enough. Between the house, between a bunch of stuff that Mother and Dad have put together financially and otherwise, that even material-wise that I don't have interest in. You know what? All of a sudden, I'm going to be able to say, bye.
I'm done.
Just like that. Just like that. Ronnie the limo driver. I'm done.
I'm done
with you. That's it. I'm done. And that's going to be that. That's going to be that. But, that's one day. But today's not that day. So, we do what we do. We have some more.
Yeah, here's some.
We
Have
figure out
some
a way.
more, please.
Well, and I think I figured out how to lessen the knock it off factor. So, I should be good to go. To some folks' credit there at the place, why, we were able to sort it out a little bit. And yeah, I had my hair on fire, but I tamped it out, and okay, I think I've got a way to make this work. Okay, and, maybe even get a couple extra bucks in the process. Maybe not. We'll see. But man, oh man, enough. I have some more. I don't want any more. It's enough already. This is not Thanksgiving. I don't want to go 1 o'clock, 3:30, 6 o'clock, 8:15. Have some more. No, I don't want any more. Like when Grandma had the big, or your auntie had the big Sunday thing, and it was with the soup, you see, and then it was the entree, and then all of a sudden, okay, you're sitting back like this, and they bring out the big platter of corn on the cob. Oh my God!
No room.
Have some more. I don't want any more, Auntie. I love you. Grammy, I love you awful, but no, I'm full. Oh, come on, have some more. No, I'm not having any more. But here we go. Have some more.
I don't know what happened, but there was no karma comedian.
No.
That didn't
And
happen
that's another
either.
thing that just I don't.
There was none. None, I tell you. I don't know. This has been a really strange week for me. Like, it's just so weird.
Why is that?
Oh, my God. Where do I begin?
At the beginning.
So, I started I got laid off from my last job, and just because a whole bunch of people got laid off. They closed down the department. They shut down the entire sales department, and they're having their issues. Whatever.
Okay.
They were nice people to work for, so I'm not. It is what it is. But then a friend of mine who worked at that place knew somebody and said, "Hey, there's this job. You could work there." And I said, "Okay, whatever." So literally, it was like figuratively or literally. That's a Gary Goldman joke. We'll talk about that
Thank
later.
you very much.
I was like, that happened Thursday. So Friday, I spoke to the people, and they said, come in Monday for an interview. I came in on Monday, and they hired me on the spot.
Bam.
Now, here's the weird thing. So I was a referral. But mind you, like, if you are going for a job, would you not ask for a resume?
One would think.
Right? I mean, I think that's just like a natural thing. You ask for a resume, right?
I agree.
So the weird thing is that, so I was interviewed by this woman, and she's like the call center manager, and she
Was she
didn't.
a Jet City woman?
She was not. Absolutely the opposite.
Damn it.
So she didn't ask me for my resume. So I thought that was odd because you don't know anything about me,
What'd
and
you
she
call it
hired
like
me without looking at the resume.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Sketchy to me. I don't know. I
That's
think
a
that's
little-
sketchy. So then the owner comes in, and
Well,
then
the
where
owner-
he's sitting there, interviews me, and he's like, they're telling me about the job, whatever. Very low paying job. I'm just going to tell you, very low paying. But, and then I don't think there was benefits. I don't know what was going on. Anyways, I took it because I needed something until I find something that I actually want. That was really, it was a temporary gig for me
course.
anyway to begin with, but not this temporary. So here's the weird thing. So he comes in, and then he's like, do you have a resume? I'm like, yeah, I have a resume. So I give him my resume, and he looks, and he was like shocked. And he was like, oh, you're overqualified. He says, we don't really hire like people with your experience and, all that stuff. We have all college kids here. They're all college kids. I go, oh, okay. And they said, well, do you object to like making, this amount of money? Which I'm going to say what it was because I don't care because I have no loyalty to this place, so I really don't care. But they were offering me $13 an hour.
Wow.
And they said because of all my experience, they're going to give me $14 an hour. Pretty amazing, right?
It's a cool 28 grand a year.
I can tell you that I made more when I was sampling food at BJ's.
Hello.
Wow.
Wow.
But you know what? I needed a job. I said, I'll just take it for now. Whatever. But it was very weird. Like, it was very quick, and it was very weird. It was just weird. I filled out my paperwork. They never asked me for ID. It was the weirdest thing I ever experienced. But whatever, I got a job. So the woman... Oh, so this is one thing the owner said to me, oh, you're too overqualified, but, we can make you like a lead in the department. You can be like a lead. So we'll give you all fresh new leads and you'll make more money than everybody else that's already been there. So they're kind of like implying that I was going to be like the top dog. So I was like, oh, maybe we could figure this out. Maybe I'll make more money down the road because they've only been open a year. So they're fairly new.
Okay.
I was like, okay, whatever. So the manager had like walking pneumonia, so she wasn't around. And when she was like kind of sick, like the first week. So and actually the first week was pretty decent. It was all right week.
Okay.
But then the second week, it just got really weird. Like she was like on me like white on rice. I mean, she was like really like on me. Like everything I said was wrong. Everything I did was wrong. She was listening to all my phone calls. Then she was playing them out loud for everybody to hear to humiliate me. And she was, and then when I made a mistake, she'd be like, you made a mistake. You're not supposed to say that. I'm like, I've been here like a week. I mean, what you want perfection? Like, I didn't understand what was happening. It was almost like I was like, what is going on? I mean, and I'll tell you something, the funniest thing, and I'm going to say it, I don't care, but I sold a tub, and I said on the call the tub was fiberglass, and then she's like, you said the tub was fiberglass. It wasn't. Why'd you say that? Like, she's really angry.
Oh.
I was like, because I've been here a week? I don't know. Like, what? I don't understand. If you're pitching something new, and I've been in sales for first of all, this isn't my first trip to the circus, bitch, okay? I've been around the block and back, and I did pitches to multi-million-dollar companies, McDonald's, Subway. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I know how to talk. But when you're talking about something you don't know anything about and you get no training... at all, and someone hands you a script and they're saying read the script word per word per word per word, and the script looks like shit and it's poorly written and grammatically poor, I started putting my own little spin on it because that's what I do.
Of course.
So I was trying to make it personable. So one customer said, yeah, my daughter's going to school. I said, what school? And then she said, oh, you didn't have to ask him that. That wasn't necessary. What?
Well, you're trying to build a rapport with
No,
somebody.
they didn't want me to.
Oh,
They didn't want me
come on.
to.
Because that makes them feel more at ease with whom they're speaking and more likely to become happily involved with the product
Right.
that you're talking about.
Sure. No, they didn't.
About how
She
old
was.
is this knucklehead
Well,
manager?
this is the weird thing. All the women were between the ages of 19 and 25. But the manager was in her 40s. So the manager was like like my age.
And this
but
is the one giving you the business.
Yes.
The one who's like 43.
right. But the girls all around me were all 19, 20, 24, 25. Not one was over the age of 25 or maybe 26, but that's about it. So it was like, I definitely wasn't, but you know me, I could fit in anywhere.
Of course.
And the funny thing is, another person started at the same time as me, and she says to me, she hates you. She hates you.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, so it's not just me, because I'm starting to I'm thinking, is it me? Maybe and then I was thinking maybe she's trying to groom me for something better, like she's hard on me, because when you say I'm being hard on you because I know you can do better,
right?
Like that kind of thing.
Coaching, yeah.
So I kind of took it that way. I said, oh, maybe she sees a future for me, and that's why she's being like that. No, that's not the reason, because she hated me. So the last
know why?
Why?
She was threatened by you.
Well, probably.
Because you know what the hell you're doing, with or without the canned, concocted, dopey script, okay?
Right.
You're there for the proverbial 5 minutes, and how many of these products did you sell?
I got about 30 appointments in 2 weeks.
And the objective
and there
is
was
to do what?
To get appointments.
How many a week?
We didn't have a goal. That's another thing. We didn't really have a goal.
Were they happy?
Well,
What were they encouraging,
well,
perhaps?
they were happy if you got 3 or 4 a day.
So let's review. So 3 times 5 days is 15. So you doubled that.
Yeah, and then I made 4 on my last day, the day they fired me. I made 4 appointments that day. So whatever. But the weird thing is that that last day she didn't even speak to me, and she didn't look at me the whole day.
Wow.
Didn't speak to me, didn't look at me.
Wow.
It's really weird. And then the other girl, she texts me, she goes, man, she's not talking to you, and not that she hates you. I said, something's up.
Yeah.
I said, she hates my guts. I said, and I haven't done anything to merit that. So the day's over, I'm walking out. She says, hey, can you come with me for a second, Trace? Come with me. Now let's point out the owner, the one who hired me originally, was away at a convention for a week. He had left that day.
Convenient.
So he wasn't there.
Oh.
She calls me alone, closed door.
How much of the hiring process was she involved in?
There wasn't really a hiring process. She came in halfway through the interview, and, that's it. I don't know.
Okay.
That's about it. But here's the weird thing. So she's like, I'm going to do it exactly. Yeah, this isn't really, it's like we don't mesh. I don't feel like, I don't know, you and me, I don't know, and, I don't know, I'm not going to say the guy's name. I nearly said his name. The owner.
Troy.
Yeah, Troy. He was felt that you were a little, aggressive. And I don't know. I never even spoke to the guy. So let's put it that way. Except in the interview,
Wow.
you never. And I don't know. I just don't think you and I blend. I don't think it's it's just you and me are not So anyway, not really good fit. So can I have your keys? Okay, bye. That was it.
Wow.
Just like that.
Just wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And let me tell you something about this person. Her job I could do blindfolded, deaf. Her job a peanut monkey could do her job. Her job is nothing.
An untrained circus monkey.
An untrained circus monkey could do her job. She was so bad at her job.
She was threatened by you because you were in there setting him up, knocking him down, and all of a sudden, if Troy really got a whiff of this, he'd be like, you know what? I think we've got something here.
Yeah.
Let's look for highly effective. And Lurleen, you've been doing a yeoman's work,
Right.
but we're going to go ahead and have Tracy do your gig and
Sure.
have you give me your keys.
And I knew because another girl that worked in that department had texted my friend, and she's the one who gave me the referral.
Right.
And said, "Oh, Tracy's killing it." So she texted me and said, "Oh, I hear you're killing it over there." So I know it wasn't me.
That's what it was.
That's what I know. I said, "Wait a
telling
second,
you.
I just made you a whole bunch of money."
Yeah.
They had 3 closes in 2 weeks from me. So And there are people in there who hadn't had any closes that week.
Wow.
And I just started.
Wow.
So you're going to pick on me for saying like the wrong word, or it was the weirdest thing. And I could see the hatred in her eyes. Like when she would look at me, it was like she wanted to beat me up. That's always the way she looked at me, like she wanted to beat me up. And at first I thought it was, like I said, she was just pushing me because she had, expectations, or because she was sick. She was really sick. So I said,
Right.
oh, she's probably got drugged up and stuff. Who knows? But she looked at me like the last day. I was there the whole day. From beginning to end. I was there from 8 o'clock till 4 in the afternoon. I was there. She stared at me like she wanted to beat me up. Like she wanted to kill me. And I love those kind of women. I hate working for women, as you know, because there's one at your, that hated me and looked at me with that look. So I know that look. And there's a reason I don't work for women. I work for men. I love working for men. My last job that I had, unfortunately being laid off, but that job, it was all guys. And I loved them all. I liked the guys. I'm a guy, I worked in a room, all men. I was the only girl. Loved it. I can't work for women. This woman hated me. Just hated me. And there's nothing I could do about it. But guess what? It was probably one of the lowest paying jobs I had ever seen.
Right.
They didn't even have benefits. They said they're working on it. It wasn't salary, it was hourly. It was garbage. It's a garbage. And that's why they have college kids who think that's a lot of money. Because I even said, I was like, wow. Because at my old job, if I made an appointment, I got $75.
Right.
Each appointment.
Hello.
So I made money. I told them that. They were like, what? That's so much money. And I was like, no, that's what you're supposed to be making. This is New Jersey. Sales. Wow. That's called commission. But when you have little young people working for you,
you give them a little bone and they're happy with it.
Yeah,
No, I remember.
that's what it is.
Well,
there you go.
Right out of school.
And I don't care. It makes no difference to me. No names were mentioned. No company names were mentioned. But it's the truth. And if anybody who listens to this who knows what I'm talking about, this is the truth.
Well, and
there you go.
There it is. I mean, when even when I first got out of college, I stupidly did not do my due diligence for what I wanted to do. I mean, I was Mr. Radio. I was Mr. Radio out at Susquehanna University. I enjoyed it all. So you know what? I got involved with it all.
Sure.
You know what I mean? From doing news to doing a morning magazine type
voiceovers,
of program, all kinds of production, voiceover work, even at college. WQSU-FM at Susquehanna University. I did sports. I did play-by-play in color. I did top 40. I did classical.
I was my college station manager.
Well,
I ran shit at 18. I was running shit. Let's just keep that in mind. People.
You say tomato, I say tomatoes. I mean, it's the same thing.
This is what we're talking about, though. See? We've been to the circus.
I wrote the column for the weekly newspaper, okay?
That's why we get along.
Right.
Because our lives were very similar.
Very parallel in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I was just an announcer for classical music programs because they did classical music. I mean, it's college, so you do it all so you can learn it all. That's the idea. So I did classical, I did top 40, I did what is now classic rock, back then album rock. Again, sports broadcasting, news broadcasting, the Happy Talk Morning Magazine program. Hey, good morning, Tracy. So glad you're joining us.
Good morning,
here.
John.
7:20 in the morning. Hey,
what a wonderful morning.
Pete Wambach's going to be joining us with It's a Beautiful
we love
Day
Pete.
in Pennsylvania. Stand by for that at about 25 after.
Wonderful.
Sports Shorts at 20 of. And, we're going to talk with Ethel McFarkle, who has crocheted the world's largest doily. Yeah, she's
and I love
here.
doilies.
Yeah, and she's from right here in Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania. So stick around for that. We're going to have Ethel on at about 10 till 8. I did it all because I enjoyed it all, not because I was good. I was or I wasn't, depending upon your taste of announcer, per what I was doing. I did it because I enjoyed it. Okay? And it ain't bragging if you can back it up. There's a plaque out at Susquehanna University's Department of Communication with my name on it, the Communications Broadcast Student of the Year, 1985-86. Why? Because I enjoyed it. It wasn't work to me. I did it all. I cut commercials. I did video production, helped out with other people who needed to learn that, who were freshmen and sophomores when I was the sophomore, junior, and senior. Why? Because I enjoy it. That's the deal. This bevy of bullshit is just that. I got out of college. I didn't send what they call demo tapes Because if you want to be the guy on the radio, whether it's in, East Gobbler's Knob, West Virginia, or in New York City, you got to send demo tapes out, little cassettes, little short cassettes with about 2.5 to 3 minutes worth of what you do on it. That's what you did back then. Now you just send it email-wise on an MP3. But back then, you dubbed cassette tapes off of a reel with all of your little samples of what you do, and you send them to 295 radio stations across the greater eastern seaboard, okay, or wherever it is you want to work. I didn't do that. I stupidly didn't do that. Don't ask me why, I can't tell you. It was 1986. So what did I do? Just what Tracy was talking about right now. No, I wasn't in college, but I just got out of college and took a stupid crap, fakakta, dopey BS sales gig selling pharmaceutical laboratory test equipment.
Ew.
Oh.
I don't like that. I bet.
Which I'm going to use a terminology in the topic of the day later on, too. By the way, today is National Name Your Car Day. We'll get to that in a minute. So I took this gig with this guy. I don't care. It's 30 years ago, 35 years ago. His name is Yogi Shah. And Yogendra Yogi Shah. And the name of the company was Sitco, S-I-T-C-O, Shah International Trading Corporation. And he worked with these cats from Germany who produce these machines that tests, the pharmaceutical products that the companies make, how they dissolve, how they break apart or don't break apart in a bottle when you transport them, all sorts of stuff. How the powder drops, into the thing to make it the whole 9 yards.
Ew.
For $16,500 a year. Now, granted, that was 1986.
Yeah, still low.
But it was still
Still low.
$16,500 a year.
How do you survive? Because even in the 80s, that's low.
The year that I worked there, I lived at home.
Yeah.
That's how I didn't have rent. But dig this, I went from let's do a little math, shall we? Okay, I went from that out to Lomco Communications, WILQ and WLYC in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, a year after, bringing home every other week, $360 every other week, times 26 weeks. That's $9,360, kids.
Woo!
I went from 16.5. Actually, he bumped me to 17 because he felt sorry for me one day. I'm going to give you a raise. You will now be making $17,000. Yeah, great. Thanks.
Great.
Stick it.
Thank you.
All right. To $9,300 take home. Okay. Which I'm thinking was about $12,000 a year gross. But
Right.
I was in the business. After a year away, I was back in the business that I had enjoyed in college,
Sure.
which has since changed monumentally, which is why I'm
Absolutely.
no longer in the business.
And as am I.
But I was in the business. I was a seller. Plus, I did voice work. Plus, my boss, my sales manager, Joe Dalto. Joe, I love you awful, and I mean that. And I mean that, babe. Little Sammy for you. Ouch, babe.
Ouch, babe.
I've been gigging with this cat since the 80s, man.
Candyman.
He can make a sandwich, sprinkle it with you. He had a mobile DJ business that was well known out there. So he kind of caught it between the lines that I'm scratching and scraping by. I had like a $200 a month apartment that sucked. Okay, so I got a better one for $260, and even the lady who owned the building, who, I don't know, somehow we knew through people back in East Brunswick there was some connection. She said, if you sweep up, clean up, change light bulbs, and just make sure everything is looking good, I'll knock $50 a month off your rent. Yes. So I'm at like $220 for the nice new place a month, $126.67 for my college loan, $71 a month for my auto loan, and I'm bringing home $360.
AutoZone.
You're right. Good at the loan, the auto loan, and I'm bringing home $360. I barely had money for groceries. Okay, so Joe with the mobile DJ, he's like, hey, listen,
Joe.
what if I every now and again happen to double book myself on a weekend for a wedding or a party or something like that, Christmas gig? Do you want the extra gig? We usually get, it's usually like a 3-hour deal, $300, and if you go another, like another hour, you just charge them $75 an hour and make what you want. Give me a little bit for renting the, like $50 for renting the equipment, and we're good to go. I'm like, ha ha, money. So I did that. I had a college buddy who I had no idea lived out there working at Kinney Shoes. So
Kinney.
Yeah, remember Kinney Shoes?
I do remember Kinney Shoes.
So Todd Colgrove. Hi, Todd. What's up, pal? He's up in the Rochester area. He's an F&I guy now with a car dealership. But he was the number 2 manager at Kinney Shoes out at the Lycoming Mall, Muncie, Pennsylvania, 10 miles east of Williamsport, back in 87 and 88. So I worked 3 nights a week, especially during the holidays. I was very busy, working at Kinney Shoes, spinning records, and then doing my usual gig. So you know what? I took a $12,000 a year job before taxes, did the DJing, which was kind of like being on the radio, but like doing a live broadcast in front of people, and then doing more sales with the shoes, which was simple because now I had something in my hand to sell you versus a radio commercial, which is difficult. It's intangible, and it's tough. It's difficult to sell an intangible to people who are not about it. Okay, now I had shoes. I had something to show them, and socks, waterproofing, the handbags, the rubbers for on your good nice shoes, so you don't get them all crapped up in the winter, And it was great. So I turned a $12,000 gig probably into about $25,000 back then, maybe 20, and out there, late '80s, north central Pennsylvania. You know what? I did all right.
Yeah, you did.
It was a slug. I was busy. Holy crap, was I busy. And sometimes when I wasn't, but I was busy. And it was okay. Because why? I enjoyed it. For the most part, I really enjoyed it. Versus, I've had one other job in my recent adult life that I also just absolutely did not like. And that was
only one.
Well, nothing's perfect, but
right.
I had a lot of decent gigs. Whether or not they were for me, as time went on, like we said, the whole radio thing.
Sure.
The industry changed, and you know what? It wasn't the fit with me as it used to be, which is again why I'm not doing it anymore. But about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I was with HSBC for about 6 months with the former Beneficial. Remember Beneficial? Doot, doot. Okay.
Doot, doot.
We give you more. Well, no, they really didn't. Beneficial sucked ass. Big time. It's horrible. It's horrible. I hated it. I didn't like it. I needed a job that paid more than what I was doing previously, but I couldn't stand it. Well, I'm looking around the corner, and it's got a fairly similar feel anymore. But, the good news is, though, there's a lot of good people, right now.
Right.
So,
well, you know what I wanted to bring up, and I thought this was interesting, too.
$17,000 a year, could you believe it?
No, that's like,
Oof.
I think I made more in college. But... So one thing, and this is also for any of our listeners who don't live in New Jersey, but New Jersey is an at-will state.
Right.
Right.
Pennsylvania is too.
Yeah, there's a few of them in there. Massachusetts is not an at-will state. But so I'm going to read the definition. I'm going to read the New Jersey one.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to just read it because I think this is really important to know because there's something that's very effed up about it, like very effed up about it. So New Jersey is an employment at will state. That means that the employer may generally terminate an employee at any time for any reason or for no reason at all, unless an agreement exists that provides otherwise. New Jersey's discrimination laws cover all public and private employees, regardless of size. New Jersey. So now, this is the thing that kills me. That line that says, for any reason or no reason at all. Okay? So this is the thing that's interesting to me because it's not like this in all states.
No, it's not.
Okay?
It's not.
And the craziest thing to me is I've spoken to lawyers about, the law in New Jersey. The only way you could sue someone for firing you is if you have actual proof that you have been discriminated against either for race or sex or age. I think those are the three. But you have to have definitive proof. It can't be like a he said, she said, like, oh, he said, I'm a bitch, or he said I'm this. It's not enough. You need like it in writing or in video or audio or something of that nature.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if you don't have that, then it's still always your he said, she said, and more than likely you won't win.
No.
Because it is an at-will state. So you can get fired for nothing at all, which I love that line. I think that's so, like, what I was just talking about, like that woman hated my guts and I knew it. And she was like, I don't want to hear anymore. And it was okay.
So guess what?
Yeah.
Out the door you went.
And that's okay. And I find it just really difficult. And I think that's what really puts a bad taste in my mouth about this state because, I never experienced anything like this in Massachusetts. I never did. I mean, you get laid off and, whatever. Being laid off is no big deal. I mean, I've had companies shut down and whatever.
Stuff
but
happens, been
for
there,
people to terminate you for no reason whatsoever just because they want to, and that's legal, is very strange to me. It's very odd. And then how some people will maintain jobs even though they have no business whatsoever having that job, but yet they're kept in that position is questionable because, you should be able to terminate someone if they do wrong and not protect them. That should be a law about that as well. But I don't get it.
I know currently who time and time again have
and that's what I'm saying.
been in the what do you want to say, out to the woodshed, so
Sure.
to speak, and
it's so funny that
yet,
you can just say
life goes on.
John, I just don't like this shirt, so I'm going to fire you, and that's
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
How weird is that you could do that?
Well, just like you said about the gal where you just work. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Give me your keys.
Yeah, just like that.
Really?
Though
That's-
I was producing, I was making money. At my last job, I was producing and making money. I don't mean the one I got laid off at. The other one.
Right.
I was.
Yeah.
I missed my goal twice in 3 years. I mean, think about that for a second. I was
And you
producing
had-
and making money for a
You had
law
customers
for sure.
who were fans. I mean,
Dedicated.
you know,
and still to this day, by
yeah.
the way, offer me jobs.
Wow.
They were sure.
Wow.
To this day, because I was a relationship builder, I knew what I was doing, and I made that company a lot of money. And I know that
Well,
there are
this is what it
companies
is.
that
About again, back to the whole building a rapport. Now,
Sure.
granted, when you're doing it on an outbound phone situation, and there's some people who are like, "Oh, you can't come and visit." Oh, nuts! I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I've got an outfit in outside of Dallas in Midlothian, Texas, with whom I work, and long story short, the gal there, one of the ones who I communicate with, primarily. Was approached by somebody in one of the other offices, and that didn't sit well with her. She's like, "Well, what about John? What about John?" And we have other people now that we didn't always have. But we have folks that that work, as I guess you could say, in-field representatives of the account rep. So in other words, Joe, Bob, or Sally, their mission is to go and physically see people because I can't. Find out some intelligence, what they're looking for, and so forth. Basically, territory sales assistants. They go out and they visit, and they get information, and then we disseminate it, and we work together. I'll get back with them over the phone and say, "Hey, I understand that Sally was out to see you." And, one of these folks that we have in place out in Texas, because we now have a new location in the Dallas area, got a hold of these same people, and don't you know, this gal with whom I communicate and work with is like, whoa, don't take that. That's John's account. You can't take that again. And then I had to get back to her and say,
Sure.
unlike the previous instance when it was, "Hey man, be cool, I got this." Unlike that, I had to say, no, Sally's fine. Sally wants to come and visit with you and Joe Bob because, because I can't. And she's right there out of our Dallas area location. And you're just right down the way from Dallas. Oh, okay. So there too, it's about building a rapport, a relationship, a bond with folks, even though, you may not be able to get out and physically see them. Once in a while, like at a trade show, I've met people at a trade show. I've even had a chance to go out and visit with a client. One of my good clients has ended up being a very good client just over in Brooklyn. And you know what? We kibitz and we talk, hey, forget about it, and then we get down to business. And there's lots of, why? Business to be done. Why? Because we've got a rapport. We've got a relationship. Whether or not I go to see them, I've seen them once in my life, but we're good.
I need to make a correction.
Please.
I said age, but actually age isn't one of them.
Oh no.
So this is the only thing you could sue for if you're terminated in this state. It has to be based on race, gender, ethnic background, religion, or disability.
Wow.
So age actually isn't one of them. For some reason, I thought it was.
Ageism doesn't factor in here.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Love the damn Garden State.
So that's what it is.
I do
yeah.
not.
So you would have to, and you would have to prove that.
Wow.
So you can say, I was fired because I'm a woman. I was fired because of my race. I was fired because I'm Muslim, or whatever it may be, or because I have a limp, whatever it may be. But you have to prove. So in order to go forward and file a lawsuit, you would have to have some sort of proof that it was actually, that's why you were terminated. Because the thing is, that's why certain companies, they make up stories and lie and fabricate things to get you fired, bend the truth. So then you can't go back and say, oh, well, they fired me because I'm a woman. Well, it looks here like they fired you because you did this, this, and that. Well, I didn't do that. Well, that's what they say. Oh, well, c'est la vie.
Tough darts.
Tough for you.
Yeah.
It's it's really scary. There's no job security. Who freaking wants to live like that? Oops. I don't. I'm moving to Maine. Maine, they can't fire you for anything.
Get out of it, because there I am, there I was in the.
I'm moving to Maine. I'm going to Maine. I don't care if it's cold.
So what? It's cold.
Who cares?
I'm out in Pennsylvania with my my wife and son, Jamie and Jack, over the weekend, and we were Sunday morning. We were both kind of like, okay. I think Jamie had a bit of a headache working, and I didn't sleep particularly well. I wanted to see some football, but here it is. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I get on the DIY channel.
Yes.
And there's that, what the hell is it called? Like Maine Cabin Rescue or Maine something.
Sure.
Okay. Where they go in and there's all these, if you've never been to Maine, just a quick thumbnail sketch on it is it's called Vacation Land. Like New Jersey is called the Garden State. New York's the Empire State. Pennsylvania's the Keystone State. Connecticut has two names, the Nutmeg and the Constitution State.
Nutmeg?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
True.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Maine is called Vacation Land.
Yes.
Okay?
Love it.
And it is very great. I've been there numerous times.
Love Maine.
It's been a little...
Let's go to Maine.
Let's
take a trip to Maine.
Oh, Jay, would you like to go to Maine? I would love to. Yeah.
Would Jamie be mad at me if we went on a trip to Maine? You
Probably.
and me? Oh, all right. Jamie, it's all right. Jamie doesn't care. That was funny. That was really quick answer.
Saying.
Jamie wouldn't care. Jamie likes me.
Yeah, I know.
Jamie knows.
Bit,
Listen, we can't be those kind of women, Jamie. You know that. We can't be those kind of women.
But here's the thing. You know what? I'd love to get just a few friends, in all honesty.
Yeah.
And go, because again, Maine Cabin Masters, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Because there are all of these cabins and little camps that have been around for forever and ever and ever. Matter of fact, when I was a kid, we stayed at some, that were really nice. Joe King's Cabins, which is now part of Gray Ghost Cabins, up in Rockwood, Maine, on Moosehead Lake. Wonderful. But there's all these cabins, down along the coast, up in around the woods and amongst the lakes and such, Moose Look Maguntic Lake, Moosehead Lake, Rangeley Lake, Lake Sebec, and all these, and there's a bunch of them that need to be, spruced up. So I'm watching this. I watched the 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock episode, I think. I watched 3 of them in a row. And I'm like, I even said to her, I'm like, babe, I'm thinking, you know what? If we can somehow finagle it, I'm thinking Maine. I love it. That's so cold. I said, yeah. But you know what? You have a getaway down someplace where it's not so expensive, like maybe, I don't know, Delaware, Virginia, the Carolinas, and you sneak down there for a few months when it's winter time, and then come like, middle of April, right after Easter, choom, right back up you go. Still a little cold at that point. I was up there about 4 years ago.
Maine is not an at-will state, so you can get a job there.
Yeah, love it. And there's
There you go.
there's a nice little 2-foot narrow gauge railroad there, and there's a few of them outside of Portland. There's a little town called Berwick, just like Pennsylvania, where my mom's from, that has one. I mean, or just whatever. Oh man, let's go to damned Maine.
I love Maine. Maine is great. I like Maine. So yeah, that's. I think that's very interesting
like
about the. You know what? It's just corporate America sucks. And the thing is, you own your own business, and that sucks too, because then you got to deal with all the red tape of owning your own business, and it's tough. I mean, it's a difficult thing, and getting it off the ground financially, and you have to have money to make money. I mean,
Right.
that's the truth. I mean, you can't just take $10 and say I'm going to start a business. I mean, you have to invest money, and I mean, I invested money in my studio. I had almost my entire 401k, and it fell through, and I lost a lot of money.
Well,
And
that
that
wasn't
sucked.
due to your abilities or
No.
inabilities. It was due to that other knucklehead just putting
Correct.
the harsh on the mellow, so to speak.
Correct. Yeah, but I lost
that's
about
the other thing.
about
You've gotta
$7,000 gone.
How much?
7,000.
That's, people,
Sucky.
that's only 7,000. Let me tell
No,
you
that's a
what.
lot for me.
You know what? Do you have $7,000 laying around the First National mattress?
I don't.
No? Okay, didn't think so.
Gone.
Why? And that's part of the reason why I will say this about that. If I wanted to, I could, just like that. But that's literally part of the reason why I haven't launched yet.
Yeah.
Yet being the operative word. Know it.
Sure.
My Train Fund Junction mobile railroad little business, because
Train
you know
Fund
what?
Junction,
It's-
what's your function?
I'm gonna get you there if you're very careful.
We'll do like a remake.
Yeah. Because you gotta have it. I don't want to have a loan for the stuff. I don't. Okay, you gotta have it. You gotta be insured. You have to have a vehicle and or a trailer to tote it around. And you know what? I would like to have at least one person, hopefully, along for the proverbial literal ride, because you know what? I'm damn near 55. I've got a tiny minor health thing going on here that it becomes more tiny and more minor as the days go on, which is nice. But
Isn't that a song?
I'm sorry,
Can't drive 55.
Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
But to have somebody helping out, while one's running the train, the other one's taking tickets or money and selling some of the locomotive caps, engineer caps,
Sure.
the little kerchief, and
Overalls.
and the little
Overalls.
No,
Yay!
I would have to wear some.
They're so cute.
Yeah,
Pinstripes.
Just the train was to have somebody, but you know what? Just like with your situation at the studio, and it's tough. Even sometimes with family, there are family members who I've thought, this would be great. Even Jamie and I talked about this with a B&B when we were in Cape May last week.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what, just seeing, okay, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, if you
What's
had
an Airbnb?
no,
Do you know that answer?
I don't know exactly.
People talk about it all the time. Airbnb. I know what a B&B is. What's
like,
an Airbnb?
It's like in the city where you live, where you hang out, or you rent, or you
What?
stay at someone's place.
I'm gonna Google that.
But
Air.
we were even talking about it.
Okay,
you
keep
know,
going. I'm
about
gonna look it
well,
up.
we could do this, because you need to do this, you need to have that, you need to have the other. Well, it's very expensive for a big giant, say, Victorian bed and breakfast down in Cape May, New Jersey. But even if it was, I don't know, even if the place to buy the place was like, say, $3 million, okay? We did the math, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, but for, like say 20 to 26 weeks worth of being busy, okay, over the course of a year. And the other 20 to 26 being, if they come, they come, okay? Like right now is like a little lull. You could have the thing paid off inside of, depending upon how, inside of 5 to 10 years, okay? And that's huge. But the other thing of it is, you want to have somebody available, because you can't do it all the time. You got to go have some time to yourself. And we talked about a few people. Well, who could we have do it? And one that we talked about, which would on paper be a slam dunk. Neither of us, as literally and physically close to her as and even to me as this person may be. There's no way we're letting them have the keys, so to speak. Just ain't gonna work. So you always have to, and you got to have a good person with you.
Yes.
Especially if you don't really know them, and even if you do,
I don't know them.
then don't do it.
Don't do it. I don't know.
You mocking me?
No, I'm just tired.
Airbnb. Did you look it up?
Yeah, it's yeah.
What it is?
I don't know what the air. I knew what the B&B meant, but I didn't understand the air. It says short for air, bed and breakfast. No kidding.
Yeah.
Is a marketplace that connects travelers with local property owners. For example, if you are a traveler and want to visit a city and you don't want to stay in a hotel or a hostel, Airbnb gives you many choices from which you can book a room or an apartment. But I've stayed in B&Bs. I just didn't understand the air part. The B&B is, I know what I've stayed in B&Bs.
Like if I
What's
live,
the air?
Like if I don't know, it just
Where'd the air come from?
catchy name.
Was the air always there? I don't think the air was always there.
But
I
the
think
air
it was
was
just
very-
B&B before.
I think the air was very rare.
No, they added
Do
the
you
air
care?
later. They added the air later.
Yeah.
They did it because I didn't understand. I don't remember the air. I just remember the B&B. Oh, you want to stay at the B&B? I'm going to stay at the B. I own a B&B. Yeah. Where did the air come from?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can
how that
someone
works. But
call in and tell me what the air
like
is?
if I had an
That's
apartment in New York City.
609-807-2492.
Thank you. If I had it like in Brooklyn, if I had a brownstone, 3-story brownstone, and on the third floor was ostensibly, a living area, a bedroom, and a bathroom, that would be where, when you come to town and don't want to stay in a hotel or a hostel, that would be where you could stay.
Ooh.
At my place,
At your place.
third floor, but it's my place.
But it's your place. It's your, like, where
Just
are you?
like the
Well, where did you
Victorian-
go?
I stayed downstairs on the first, second floor.
Oh, what does the air stand for in B&B? Here we go.
What does it say?
Here we go.
Let's
Google.
Air.
They're struggling to meet their. Okay, so this is what happens. Two guys. They're struggling to. Oh, the Airbnb founders. Ooh, they were struggling to meet their rent on their San Francisco apartment in 2007. Frisco, having just moved from New York, they had some unused loft space in the apartment. So they put a couple of air mattresses
Bingo.
on Craigslist and called themselves the Air Bed and Breakfast. That's where it comes from.
No more calls, please.
See?
We've got our winner.
See, so I kind of had a feeling it was like air mattress, but then,
I've got a feeling.
but it's not. But now going forward, it's not like you're staying in a place with air mattresses.
Well, but
That's
no.
where it comes from, Airbnb.
Right.
I don't remember the air. No, it's the air.
Tracy.
Yeah.
The air is a new, just another new way of saying it.
Well, yeah, it looks like it was because of these guys.
It
who
made it
had
new again.
Air
To
mattresses.
the people, I mean, because I watch a lot of travel shows on like HGTV and stuff, and they said the air is just a new way of saying B&B because it gives us that, Airbnb.
Did you not just hear my explanation?
No, you're absolutely right. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, because there were two.
I'm telling you exactly what they're saying, and you're
Said they had
100%
air
correct.
mattresses. They said they had air mattresses in their B&B, and then they decided
Right.
to call it Airbnb, and it caught on.
Right, and that's probably how it did, but something stupid, but now everybody's saying it.
Even though they're not air mattresses anymore, they're still
Right.
saying it, but still weird, right?
Right.
Don't you remember when it was just B&B?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It just doesn't make any sense, but
No.
they like reinvented it with
They
just a
reinvented the
word.
They took the word.
Well, again, it's like again.
They
if I
stole
had-
the
if I had
word
a
B&B and added
3-story
air.
If I had a 3-story.
That's a
apartment or
millennial thing.
condo,
Yeah.
you stay up on the third floor because it's just me and or my person, and we've got the living room and the kitchen down below, and we've
The
got
millennials stole our word. They took B&B and added air. They added air to make it their own. They do that a lot. They steal our
I'm aware
words
of
and
the
add
air.
stuff to it.
It really can be rare,
The air up there.
especially when you use Nair. Do you care?
My name's Blair.
Well, it's almost like they newfangled Coca-Cola. How many times since we were kids?
Yeah.
Coke Zero, Coke One.
Yeah.
New Coca-Cola, old Coca-Cola.
Sure.
So
Just give it a
it's
new name. It's what they're doing. They're
You're
destroying
renting a
our,
room in somebody's place. That's what it, or
and
floor.
it's not in the air.
Right. Well, if it's up.
Then
a
it
bit,
is in
could
the
be.
air. What if it's a basement B&B? Isn't it still an Airbnb?
We're in the top of the sixes. Or what floor? The 95th floor. Now that's up in the air.
That's an Airbnb.
no, but I think that it symbolizes, John. If you think about it this way, I think it symbolizes the way the new energy is flowing with people today. Even though we called it B&B, now they call it Airbnb.
Hence
That's just
the
a new
millennials
way of
butchering
saying it.
our- yeah,
Right,
exactly.
millennials. Right,
That's what
exactly.
they do. They make up names. I'm telling
All
you.
due respect, Gene, and I understand it. I do not. I
Care.
don't like it, and man, I don't care.
And there's also supposed to be
Look
some
at
type
that.
of credentials with it. I'm supposed to understand that the B&B, before the B&B, was just the mom and pop's B&B,
Mom and
would
pop.
run it. Right.
Right.
But now the Airbnb is run by a corporation that controls what
There you
the
go.
Airbnb says.
Hence corporation.
Yes.
I hate that word.
Yes, but that's
This-
it.
this
Well,
is a-
back.
They
to
got
my
certain
original-
standards and certain qualities
Back
and
to
blah,
my
blah, blah,
original
blah.
postulate on actual bed and breakfasts in
Which are nice.
say in Cape May, New Jersey, where we stay. By the way, here's a little plug for the Bedford Inn. Paula, the new owner of the Bedford Inn
Paula.
on Stockton
What up,
Avenue
Paula?
in Cape May, did a darn fine job. We were there for 4 days, 3 nights, and it was real. We had been there before, but she just bought the place about 6, 7, 8 months ago, and again, it's an actual bed and breakfast to where there are numerous rooms in what was a big, giant, old Victorian home. And now there are numerous rooms.
It's beautiful.
It's really quite nice, whether it's that or any of the new, myriad of them down in Cape May, because there's a bunch. And it's an actual bed and breakfast. I mean, you go to bed, you sleep, you get up, they serve you breakfast nice, and then you go do your thing.
It's nice.
Really nice. I mean, it's not bargain basement by any means, but here's the thing: you get for what you pay for. It's a great idea, and again, back to the whole Gene and Tracy with this whole Airbnb business. I mean, I get it, and I get it now how it was when it was first founded, but now, again, like you, the whole thing that just, again, I'm going to use this term, puts the harsh right on the mellow, is that there's now a corporation running things and steering things. You can do this, you can't do that. You can be this, you can't be that. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? Nerds.
Nerds.
Yeah. But like anything, back to the whole reason for the discussion on this piece. Mm-hmm. Again, you've got to have decent people who can be there with you. Okay, Paula raved down at the Bedford Inn in Cape May, New Jersey, on Stockton Avenue. She raved about the gal who she has come in and cook. She says, she just likes doing it. Or it's not like a big deal, but she likes doing it. The gal who they have doing the maid service, real nice. You got to have decent, and it's tough. It's difficult to find decent people, but when you do, treat them well, and they'll hang around. Get it? Mm-hmm. And she has. Sadly, what started perhaps as a decent, partnership with your studio, and I remember you talking about it previously, that, hey, everything was, gravy and biscuits at the beginning, and then, you went around the bend.
Right.
You went over the top. Stuff happens, man. What are you going to do? You dust off and figure out the next move,
Dust
and again,
yourself off.
And that's, again, part of the reason why, I'm being very, very, I don't want to say cautious, but that's a great word. And here's a word that, has taken on a bad connotation that shouldn't have. Okay, I'm also being very discriminating as to how I do what I do with my little mobile railroad business. It may never happen. I wouldn't bet on it, though. Okay, I want to do it right. I want to do it right.
Choo. How many times do you say chugga, chugga, chugga? Chugga, 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 choo, choo.
Once. That's enough.
That's it?
That's enough.
Some people say it for a long time. They go chugga, 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 chugga. Like, that's enough.
If that never got said again, I would be okay with it.
No, that's a real discussion. I've seen it online. People talk about that. Like, how many times do you say chugga chugga before you say choo choo? That's a real discussion. I saw it on Facebook or something. I don't know.
Wow. Do people have nothing else better to do
Now,
with themselves?
did you hear about? It's so funny. So I went to the Bronx Zoo a few weeks ago, right?
Oh, that woman with
Did
the
you
lion.
see the woman in the lion?
How dumb can you get? How stupid can you be?
And this is weird, is because I was looking at the comments, and some people, if you've never been to the Bronx Zoo, everybody's confused as to how she got in there. It's not that hard to do it, but you can't see what's defining her, because I was there. I actually have a picture of that lion.
Is that right?
In my phone. Yeah, I do.
Oh.
But I didn't cross over the barrier to get
Thank
in
you.
there. So the thing about that
Isn't there
zoo,
a moat that
there's
you
a
have to go
moat, yeah, and
across?
it's pretty long. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I guess if the lion got mad and wanted to do a flying leap, like a running flying leap, and get her, she probably could have done it. I'm
Right.
sure. But she looked like a crazy drug addict to me.
Hello.
But whatever, because she was making all these weird signals and shit. But the lion is a beautiful lion, by the way. Beautiful lion. It has a female there. They're like a couple. Very cute.
Yeah.
But I remember I said this to you, and it's so weird that came up so close to when I went, because I said the people at the zoos make me sick. It's the people.
Right.
It's not the animals. It's like the general public. Not everybody, because some are very respectful and cool. But like there were so many of them. Like I told you, that guy who let his kids jump in the water where all the exotic birds are. And you have
Idiot.
to. So the thing that makes the zoo a great zoo, is because everything's in the open. So they don't really they have some things in cages, and it just depends. But a lot of the animals, the giraffes, they run freely. I mean, there's lots and lots of land. So the lions are on a land. They're not in a cage. They're not. And I think that's part of why the Bronx Zoo, they have a show on Animal Planet, and they talk about the fact that they're there for the animals, not to cage them up.
Right.
So part of that is they let them run free, and they do. And it's actually very cool. So
Wasn't always the case, by the way.
no, they'd be in a cage and go
Yeah.
back and forth in the cage. But these lions in particular, and I saw them with my own eyes, they walk around freely.
Yeah.
But the division is there's like this moat, and then there's a hill, a type of hill thing, and then there's a barrier. And you have to you can go under the barrier or climb over the barrier. Then you have to climb over something else to get where she was. So it wasn't like she just took a little stroll and walked in there. I mean, you have
was
to
a
make an
project.
effort. It was a project.
Wow.
I mean, it's not hard to do it, but why would you do it?
No.
I mean, why? And I just kind of pissed me off because she was like antagonizing the lion. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like almost like she wanted him to come and eat her. And here's the thing that sucks is that if he did come and eat her, like they'd probably shoot the
They would've
lion.
put him down.
Yeah, which is effed up, But it goes right back to what I said when I was there. It's exactly the same thing. The people banging on the glass for the gorillas to look at them, and the kids jumping in the bird sanctuary. It's like people suck. They have no concept or respect for animals and respect for their surroundings. And when I saw that on Facebook today, I was so angry. I wish I was there.
I saw it last night on the damn news, and
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? Do people
Bitch.
not realize that it's okay to be told, young or old, no?
Well, I would have said something.
A little
And
bit.
isn't that funny that, like, I told you I talked to that dad,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
said, stop
That's
it.
not right. Get
So
him out of there.
I saw her, whoever was videoing it, I thought, oh my God, why didn't that happen when I was there?
Yeah.
Because you know me, this is what the video would have been. Get your ass out of the water, get out of there now before I kick your ass, get out. That would have what you heard on the video. That's what would have happened. I'm going to kick it, get out. Get out. Like that would have been me. But instead people are like, oh, look, this is weird. Why is she doing that? Nobody said anything. I'm like, dude, I wish that was me.
Because just people, they're just, okay.
Say something.
Yet another other reason why I have not yet launched my little drain business, because
Because people suck.
people,
Like,
why do I envision some dopey parent saying, yes, my little child didn't enjoy the experience. I'm sorry to know that, ma'am. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ask for my $3 back. Ask all you want. You can't unride the ride. Bye. And then that's when the fight starts. You know what I mean? Ha-ha, but not really.
Right.
And especially with stuff like this, I saw this thing about the damn woman in the Bronx Zoo at the lion exhibit last night. I'm like, even my father's like, what the heck is she doing? I'm
Idiot.
like, she's being stupid, Dad. I mean, watch carefully. You want to see some dumbass? There it is, right there on TV. Boy, that's for sure. Yeah, well, you know, I want to see, like, when I would go, I told you when we went to,
Sorry, I'm like,
the
something's
damn,
wrong with our podcast.
oh, when we went to the damn place a few years ago, and again, just happened, of course, to be on the park train that went all around the perimeter of the place in a nice leisurely ride. I mean, yeah, you got the rhinos, nice, you know. There was again the giraffes, very moving to me because they just sort of, you know, did their thing, and it was just very, very great. You know, the giant, like the ostriches and so forth. You know, just leave them alone. Leave them alone. And you know, I think part of the problem, say with with zoos like the Bronx Zoo and even Philly, I've been to both when I was very little. I haven't been back since the '60s, so I'm sure that I would not remember and or recognize anything. But the problem you run into now is exactly what you mentioned. People have, what do you want to call, more freer access, so to speak, to stuff that they really don't need to be accessing.
Right.
They really don't. There's no reason for it. You're there to observe. You're there to watch. You're there to enjoy from
Our
a
podcast
distance.
isn't working.
What happened?
I don't know. It's not working.
What have you done?
I didn't do anything. It just stopped working.
Damn it.
It just stopped working.
Froze up?
Well, no. It's like the wheel's turning and it's not saving our episode. So I'm going to have to record it off of the Facebook. The Facebook.
The Facebook. Well,
Which I can do.
You
This
can
is
look that
fine.
up on the Google.
Let's try this again. So as you're talking. So sorry, I'm
Yeah.
listening.
No worries. I mean, it just, I saw that last night. It just boggled my mind. And, you know, again, was, over the weekend was out again in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, and it was the last day we went for the big giant Bloomsburg Fair. And it's, again, one of the larger fairs on east of the Mississippi. Not the largest, but it's a big one. And it's been going on for like 155 years or so. So it's, you know, it's well known, and there's all sorts of exhibits, which I really enjoy. You know, the locally made crafts and artisans that do things from from clothing to quilts to, you know, making food, you know, and canning and preserving, to the big. I was very disappointed. There was
Why?
not the big giant pumpkin. There's usually that big humongous pumpkin that's like 938 pounds and 6 ounces. That's it.
Yeah, but it's not saving.
Damn it.
So
So there's all sorts of
can't do this
stuff to
part,
do,
that's
but
okay.
the thing of it is, you know, when you have events like that, it's going to be just packed with people. And that's the idea. But boy, just the absolute lack of couth, etiquette, decorum, manners, and awareness of others
Awareness of others.
just absolutely continues to boggle my mind.
People suck.
I was
That's the
taught.
bottom line.
If we said it once, we said it 13 times walking through the fair. You know, not every people, not everyone.
Right.
Please understand, because there were some really, really nice folks out there as well, no doubt. But there were some, you know, to sound like Sonny from A Bronx Tale. Hey, there's a freaking jerk offs. There's a lot of jerk offs over there. He's a jerk off. Stay away from him. Oh, there's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. And they just, here it is again, the I, me, my mentality. I'm the only one here. There's nobody around me.
Right.
I'm going to go,
Ignorant.
act, be, right, what I
So
want.
ignorant.
Right. And you know what? There's just enough of them, you know, to put that little stain on things. And, you know, I really work on looking above that. So I didn't key on it. We didn't really key on it. We noticed it. We didn't key on it or focus on it. But man, you know what? When you're out and about, folks, I mean, I don't mean to be like this is coming from your Uncle John, but too bad. You know, just be cool. Be nice.
Yeah, well, don't
Behave.
climb into a thing with lions and think you're cool.
No,
Because
that's not cool.
part of me feels like I wish the lion ate her. Kind of
hello.
feel like that. I hate to say it, but I kind of feel like that. You know?
I get it.
Sad, but
I
I
get
do.
it.
Eat. I don't care. I don't care if that's wrong.
Ah,
Made me mad. Leave my animals alone, dude.
I know.
I wore my tank top. Well, not today. I had my Def Leppard shirt on today, but today, in the daytime, I had a tank top that was from the Bronx Zoo, and it says, I love the animals. I'm here for the animals," or something like that. But anyways, I love it.
How can you not like the animals?
I know, and then the stupid people like ruin it for everybody else.
I know.
Stay out of there, jerk offs.
See?
Say, guess where I'm going this Sunday?
Makanakwa.
Ba, 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 ba. I'm so excited.
Comic-Con.
Yes!
I got an old colleague of mine going to be set up there.
What?
I have an old colleague of mine going to be set up there.
No, I heard you, but like, I'm like, what?
What?
Who is it?
Guy's name is John Shableski.
John Shableski. What's he
He-
going to be doing there?
He works for a book publishing company. And I can't tell you exactly which one and or where he's going to be, but he on Facebook either yesterday or first thing this morning, said he's very excited to be attending and setting up at Comic-Con. At the Javits Center in New York City, the large fruit, the Big Apple.
I want to look, maybe on
The
the,
city that never sleeps.
maybe I can find it on the app, because they have everybody listed by like, let me see. Explore. Oh, what is it? There was
Also
something
known
on
as
here.
Woody McKenzie or Juan Udon.
What's his name?
John Shableski.
John
S-H-A Bleski.
S. Oh, he's not in there. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. John Shableski.
No. So
Shisha. John. Oh, maybe he has it under his product.
I don't remember his product. I'm so sorry.
Shla. No, I don't know where he is.
S-H-A.
It's not coming up anyways.
I'll tell him to watch for you.
John Shableski. Well, you know where I'm going.
Go ahead.
No, do you know where I'm going?
When?
Didn't know why. Do you know why?
Because you enjoy that.
No, there's a really.
Oh, gee, who are you going to see?
Well, first of all, I got to point out that, I always went to the Walker Stalker all the
Right.
time. Well, the last one is in December, and it's gone for good. It's done. It's over. Yeah, but it's okay because they were having some controversy, and they weren't paying people, and then the celebrities started pulling out of it. So I'm kind of glad I went the times that I did go, because I met pretty much everybody I needed to meet.
Hate the pulling out, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
What were we talking about?
Huh?
Go ahead.
So, yeah, so I was kind of glad. So I'm kind of like, I'm psyched that I'm going to see Comic-Con. But the reason I'm going to Comic-Con this year is because the cast of Angel will be there, and I'm going to meet the cast of Angel.
What the hell's Angel?
Oh, okay. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes.
Okay.
Not personally, but yes.
Well, her love of her life was Angel, who was a vampire who actually he lost he got his soul back. So he's a vampire with a soul.
So he's a soul man.
Yeah. So when you have a soul as a
I'm a
vampire, it's not good
soul
because you have
man.
remorse. Like the thing about vampires, they don't have remorse because they don't
remorse,
have a
right.
soul. But he was cursed by a gypsy, and the gypsy gave him his soul. So then he couldn't kill people because he had a soul. So that was his torment. That was his punishment. It's like you're going to be a vampire. You're going to have to feed, and you're
However,
going to
you're
have to
gonna
creature
suck
of the
at
night.
it.
But yeah, exactly. But you're going to have remorse, and you're
You're
going
gonna
to
be the
feel.
world's worst vampire.
That's exactly what it was.
Embrace it, love it,
That's what
deal
it was.
with it.
And his name was Angel, and then Angel and Buffy fell in love, and it was a beautiful love story. It was on it for 3 seasons.
I'm emotionally gripped.
It was beautiful. Then they had a spin-off called Angel, and
I'll
it was
be damned.
7 seasons of love. And was it 7
Exciting and
seasons?
new. Hey.
I don't know if it was 7. Buffy was 7 seasons, I think.
All
They might have been 5 seasons.
We're
Anyway.
expecting you.
So I love that show as much as I love Buffy because it was just like, and then one of the characters from Buffy went over to Angel, Cordelia, and is that the phone?
That could be a phone call.
Is that a phone call?
Oh my God, a phone
Phone
call.
call!
Hello.
Hello?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Who's on the air?
Hello?
Yes, I would like to know what happened to all of my glasses and my shoes.
So, sir, is this Mr. Rosenberg? Saul Rosenberg?
Yes, yes, it is.
So, do you have them? That's why. Do you need an appointment, Mr. Rosenberg?
But I need my glasses and my shoes.
Right. So you have them. Do you need an appointment, Mr. Rosenberg?
Yes, but I need my glasses and my shoes. Where are they?
Because why? You can't see so good?
Well, no, I can't because I don't have my glasses
And your
or my
shoes.
shoes.
Are your glasses with your shoes?
Right. Who is this?
Hello, Tracy.
Hello. It sounds
You
like
haven't figured out who this is yet?
no. Give me a clue.
I have GTSD.
GPSD.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
I got nothing. What did Gene know? Gene, do you know who it is? Oh.
global.
Oh. Oh. Oh, is this Winter?
Global traumatic stress disorder.
It's Rob Winter
It's
from
Rob
Rob
Winter!
Winter's Celebrity Corner. There he is. It's been way too long.
Robbie Winter, I'm telling you, that voice was fantastic. I didn't even know you were capable of that. That's why you threw me.
Fantastic then. Sure.
We love Rob Winter. Before we get funny, I got to say, rest in peace, your kitty. I saw that on Facebook. I'm really sorry that you lost your cat. Hello?
Did we lose Rob?
I'm still here.
Okay.
You hear what I said, Rob?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I had the video running, so it was kind of like doubling.
Delayed? Oh, okay.
So I had to. I
Sir,
had to
please
shut
turn
the
your
video
radio
off.
down.
I said I'm sorry about your cat.
Yeah, well, he was like 15 and a half years old.
Oh, wow.
So he had a full life, you know.
Oh, that's good.
It was his time, and we could tell it was coming. But you can never really prepare for it.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't know if you saw the pictures of the kitten we just got.
I did. I
two
did. I
days
saw the replacement. It was
Little Moon.
wonderful.
I like that little guy.
Yeah, he's cute.
My wife was so devastated Saturday morning because it was like 7 o'clock in the morning when she came up to our bedroom, and she was in tears. She was bawling.
Oh.
And he passed away in his sleep right by the back door where he used to like sitting to sun himself.
Oh.
And, yeah, so after a couple of hours of, you know, grieving, she got herself together and went out with her mom to a Chinese auction.
Because that's the good therapy.
Wait, she brought the
I-
cat to the Chinese auction?
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh.
No.
I know.
No.
So they went to the Chinese auction. Your wife
you
loves
went,
that.
So
Your
she
wife
went
loves
over and saw a bunch of Orientals. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I grabbed my daughter and we went out cat shopping, kind of like a surprise for my wife, and found this little guy, Moo Cow.
Moo
And,
Cow.
yeah, that's his name, Moo Cow.
Because he's black and white, like a little cow.
Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
I just call him Moo, but he's 10 weeks old,
Oh.
and it brightened up my wife 100%.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
good. That's nice.
So,
yeah, you like your animals like me, so I like that.
well, you know what? In my house, I'm like the least animal-friendly person, and,
Oh.
you know...
But it's all relative.
I'm not
Hold on,
saying
listen to what he
that I
said.
hate the animals,
Yeah.
but the cats are very friendly, but they gravitate to me for some reason. I don't show
They're
them
trying to
a lot
win
of
you
attention.
over.
I don't know, but I don't even show them a lot of attention, and yet anytime I sit down someplace, they come to me.
Oh.
They sit on my lap, they curl up with me, and my wife is like jealous because I don't even.
Well,
Oh.
but see, you've got your wife, your daughter, your son who are really into them, and you're just kind of, okay, they're cool. So, you know, it's not like you don't like
Yeah,
them. It's just you're the least like you say, the least of the friendly bunch.
Yeah, I'm along for the ride. That's it.
On the friendly ometer, they're like 9s and 10s, and you're just burbling along at about a 6 or 7. I get it. That's cool.
Maybe a little lower. But
Come on, it's about a 6 or 7. Come on.
So how are the lizards in the
So,
snakes and
Tracy-
everything doing? You had, like lizards and stuff, don't you?
oh, yeah. I got lots of lizards. I got a blue-tongued skink. I got a leopard gecko. I've got a crested gecko.
Yeah.
I've got a bearded dragon.
Oh,
I've
those
got
are good.
A milk snake, a hognose snake, a corn snake, and a ball python. Take your pick.
Oh my
Wow.
God! I didn't realize you had that many.
And we also have 2 parakeets and a cockatiel.
What? You have
Yeah.
those? You have 2 parakeets and a cockatoo?
A cockatiel.
Oh, cockatiel.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Oh my goodness! And then the new kitty.
Yes.
Oh my God! You got like a zoo.
So, exactly. And the one pet that I would love to have, but it's just not in the cards, is a dog. I don't have a dog.
Yeah. Well, it's hard with all those animals. You'd have to get a dog, a puppy, and get him accustomed to everything. You'd have to get a puppy, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus all the
Absolutely.
responsibility. You got to walk them, and it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility. It is. It's a lot of work. I'll tell you.
It is, especially if you go away on vacation.
Yep.
You know, you have to get someone either to
Watch
the
him or
dog
board him. Yeah, I
walk
bored
'em,
Sadie.
put
Yeah.
him in a kennel.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But-
And it's not cheap.
It's not in the cards, and
It's okay. You have enough going on in that house.
we were lucky enough to find somebody to watch and feed our animals while we were away on vacation last month. So
When you went to Disney,
yes,
did you
yes.
like it? Did you have
Another
fun?
Disney trip. 1,000 points of interest in this country, and my family just wants Disney. You know,
Where did you want to bring them? I mean, what would be your choice? I guess.
I still, my son is 14, my daughter is 17, and neither of them have been camping yet.
Oh.
Oh.
I would love to take my kids camping. A bucket list thing is Yosemite.
I was just gonna say Yosemite. Right.
You know,
That would be fun.
but my wife is so anti-camping, it's not even funny.
Yeah, but what if you got
would
like
wrap-
an RV, like rented an RV and had all the things that you have at home? Because it's not really like camping when you have an RV. She might not mind it if it's like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
You
The only thing is getting to Yosemite.
Right. You'd have to drive to. Right. You'd have to drive.
And on the way, I mean, you forgot about a couple of the most important things. Of course, the largest skillet in the country, Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox, not to be outdone by the largest ball of yarn.
Yarn.
You gotta.
That's in like Wisconsin, isn't it? Or where is it?
That's the biggest hunk of cheese.
Isn't he in Wisconsin?
I think that's Babe the Blue Ox, and Paul Bunyan may be up there.
In Wisconsin, yeah. Because remember the movie Fargo? They opened
Yeah.
the movie with that, right?
I never saw that movie.
See that movie?
Wow.
It's so good.
I never saw that movie.
Oh my God, you got to Netflix it or something.
It's been on cable a couple of times too, and I never brought myself to watch it.
Yeah, you got to watch it. Not the TV show, because there is a TV show Fargo. You want to watch the actual
Watch the movie with
Yeah.
with William Macy
Right.
and what's her name? I can't think. I can see her.
I can see her too, and I don't remember her name.
Yeah, Marge is her name in the movie. Good stuff.
Marge.
Marge. Yeah.
Yeah. Good movie.
Hey, quick question,
You know-
Rob. Did you know that today is National Name Your Car Day? Tell me, in all these years, you have had to have had a car that you had a nickname for.
Oh boy. Other than piece of shit.
Yeah.
That works. That
POS.
works. POS. Yeah, we rented a PT Cruiser one time when the car was in the shop probably 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, I affectionately referred to that one as the little red crap box.
The little red crap box.
Oh, that's
That's
exactly.
not a name.
Oh yeah, it's a name.
It has to be like Bertha or Pearl or
Well, when I was a little boy,
Josephine.
we had a 1970 Buick LeSabre, and I called it Bucky the Buick.
Bucky's a good name.
Yeah.
What was the
No,
name
I
of your
can't
car?
say that I ever named any of my vehicles.
Oh.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, that's a very like 1960s type thing. That's like something they did like in the, the T-Bird days. They
Well,
didn't like
I had a gal I used to work with. I forget what kind of car she had, but she called it Helen Wheels.
Helen Wheels. I like that. I like that. So what else is going on, Rob? You doing okay?
I'm doing all right. You know the drill, Tracy.
I do.
I'm hanging on by a thread.
I don't even know how you do it. I'll tell you that much. I mean, what I get from everybody, that it's pretty much everybody's hanging by a thread.
Well, I don't know if John shared with you. They did some shuffling around with the management.
Oh, I knew
and
that. I knew all this.
You'll never guess.
Oh, I knew.
Who's my manager?
I already knew. Yeah, I knew because I talked to Jen, I talked to Nora, I talked to Savannah, I talked to a lot of people over there. So that when that happened, I knew right away. I mean,
Yay.
I knew right away. And then, of course, that was my first question. And then when I was told it, I said, well, that was intentional, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they have me sitting right in front of him. Do you remember when I got moved?
Yes, I do.
Oh, God. I'm still...
Like I said, intentional.
He's like listening to every one of my calls. He's critiquing me.
Yep.
I mean, it's so pathetic.
Yep. This is, this
How we
is
do
what
it.
you got to deal with, and that's unfortunate. And, we were just talking about all that stuff. Corporate America sucks, and people suck. It's just, it is. I mean, if you could do, like right now, Rob, if you could do any job you wanted, like you could pick right now, someone said, hey, any job you want to do right now, Rob, you can do that job. What would it be?
Oh, crap. Wow.
5 seconds. 3.
What would it be? You know, I've probably mentioned this more than once, how much I regretted leaving the military.
Yeah.
So I would go back.
Nice.
Wow.
I would actually go back. Of course, that's provided that I never got married and had 2 wonderful kids.
Right. Well, they can live on
if I
base with
had-
you. You can go
if
to
I had
Fort
to do
Dix and bring them with
something
you.
right now.
Huh?
I've been trying for quite some time to become a government employee.
Oh, they make good money.
You know, well, they make decent money depending on the job description, and it would get me back on base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it would be a compensation at my junction in life. To put me as close as possible with the military once again.
Right.
I look back and I have to say to myself, you dumb mother effer.
Yeah, I know
And
some folks who.
This is what I'm trying to instill in my daughter, who,
Right.
after graduating in June, is going to be going off to the Navy.
Oh, no kidding. Holy
yeah,
crap.
she's going into the Navy, and
good for her.
she's like ready for it. She wants to do her 20.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah.
Rob.
That's very great.
She has a calendar hanging in
We're
her
going.
in her bedroom.
Damn, I
On
saw
her
the
birthday,
time.
it doesn't say Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
It says Happy Enlistment Day.
Oh,
She
my.
already has made me promise to take her to the recruiting station so that she can sign up on her birthday.
I think that's fantastic. Rob, we have to go. I hate to cut you off, but he's making us wrap up because we have another show coming.
Uh-oh.
And
But-
I'll see you tomorrow, probably.
John will see you tomorrow.
Across.
I'll see you soon. Trust me. We're gonna have a get together at some point, and you're coming.
Yeah, Carl's been talking about a happy hour, so get on his case.
I will. I will.
All right?
Right on.
All right, honey.
Hey, love you, Tracy.
Love you too.
See you, Roberto.
All right. Take care, John. I'll see you tomorrow.
Roger that. Have fun, man. Have fun with that little kitty cat.
Rob.
Take care, buddy.
So long.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye, Rob. Thank you. Okay,
Bye-bye.
make this quick.
You're welcome, honey.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Come. If you want to end the show, you can hang up on the person when they say bye the first time, Gene.
Hey, man. A good way to
Bye.
wrap it up. Good to hear from our pal Rob.
I'm going to Comic-Con, bitches.
It's sucker. That's what's going on the weekend. I don't know, I got some football things to do with the Monmouth Rage, and I'm probably going to take a quick flipper on out to Pensy on Saturday. I don't know what you're all doing, but have fun. Do good things. Be good. Be nice. Behave. You know
Bye.
what? Be kind. And be a friend, but don't take any
You're taking
undue
too long.
crap from anybody. 7:05. We're out of here. Gino, cue the music. See
He already
you next
did.
time.
He already did.
You didn't?
This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing apart. We know every card by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it. We'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it.
Good to hear from Rob Winter.
I didn't know that was him doing that, though.
either.
That was really good, actually.
Yes, hello.
Mr. Rosenberg related to Whitby.
All right.
At first, you know what I thought it was Frank Cicino for some reason.
Oh,
I thought it was him. I don't know why, but I did.
Frankie Frank.